Hello YouTube, it's Championdjk coming at you again with another video, and today we're going to take a look at something kind of interesting to me. Shout out to my buddy Tor, who already okayed me some cars, which we are going to take a look at here in a second. But first of all, you're looking at this right here. This is a Volkswagen Golf GTI. This is a Kyosho. It is in metal flake green. Lens detail up front. Lens detail in the rear. It's got rubber tires. It rolls pretty well too. There you go. Kyosho, made in China, 1/64 scale. It is riveted together and is a very nice looking Volkswagen model and is very, very cool. So why am I showing this? Well, we're going to take a look at Solido models, which I believe are Kyosho Toolings. Now, Solido is a diecast company. I think that originally was based in France. But now I think they're owned by the same company that owns Schuco and that used to own Majorette, but I don't think still owns Majorette. Anyway, so we're going to take a look at some cars. I've got 5 of these models here to take a look at. We're going to start with this Golf because it is the same as the Kyosho right there. It's just a different color. Just a quick look around the box here. And as far as Solido 1/64 scale goes, I think the only thing they really made was this VW series, which all these cars I'm about to show you I think are also available under the brand as a Kyosho. Under the Kyosho brand. So here's some information there. If anybody else knows anything about these, of course, please comment down below and let me know what you know. Always good to learn. Alright, so they are packaged what appears to be in a bubble that is on a plastic base. So in that sense, it's somewhat similar to a Kyosho. You've got the base, except for not too similar, so there's just that plastic, I guess, dust cover there for the packaging, and we will have to unscrew this. We're going to go ahead and do that. It's just like a Kyosho there, where it unscrews from the base. What I'm interested in seeing is the base itself right away. So here's the base. It does say Solido, made in China. Okay. Other than that, it appears to be the exact same tool. I want to be kind of careful of the side mirrors here, but with the only difference being Solido in the base. Other than that, it is the same 1/64 scale Volkswagen Golf GTI. Same. It is riveted together. It's probably made at the exact same factory that the Kyosho was made in China, and it looks absolutely identical to it, aside from obviously the color. So both these models look really good, and I don't see any quality difference. Obviously you got like a metal flake paint there, but that is not a quality comparison. Pretty much identical. You got lens detail in the back, lens detail up front, and the white kind of brings out a little bit more detail in the actual tooling, I think, than the green one does. The green one looks a little bit sharper, I think, just from a color standpoint, from what I think is cool. But the white one is no slouch either, and looks very nice. So I just wanted to show these two together because, as you can tell, these are Kyosho toolings. If you look on eBay for any of these cars, you're going to find the Kyosho ones. They're much more common and easier, I think, to find, and I think actually cheaper than these Solido ones if you look on eBay for them. Next, let's take a look at this Volkswagen Golf. So a newer Golf. We'll go ahead and slide this out of the package, hopefully. It would help if I did that. Well, the first one came out so easy. I thought this one would too. There it is in blue. Go ahead and unscrew it from the base. They're usually pretty easy to get off the base. Alright. Set the base aside and take a look at the model. So here it is, Volkswagen Golf. In a nice metal flake blue. Of course, you got lens detail In the rear, you got lens detail up front. Solido on the base. I'm sure it used to say Kyosho right there. This one is screwed together. Some Kyoshos, for whatever reason, are manufactured as a piece of die-cast that is screwed to the base. The other ones are riveted. I don't know. Aside from the Ferrari castings, I don't know why they do that. Looks very nice in blue. It's a nice model. So there's your newer Golf. We'll set that one aside. This next one is a really cool one. This is the Nardo W12, which was a concept car by Volkswagen that used a W12 engine, which is basically like two V6s married together. And the W12 engine was kind of a predecessor for the W16 that was used in the Bugatti Veyron. This car is, I believe that this W12 version is the 2001 version with like the last iteration of this concept car. Just looking at it before taking it out of the base, this is really cool. I've thought about getting the Kyosho of this a while back, and now I'm glad I didn't because I got this. But man, if you wanted to get one of these, now looking at this casting, I would definitely recommend it. It is really cool looking. I never thought the Nardo was that exciting looking of a concept car, but this model is really neat. So you got the Volkswagen logo on the back, you got lens detail on the back, you got the exhaust back there detailed. The base is very simple. It is riveted flat and says Solido, likely where it would have said Kyosho, like the other ones. And lots of detail in this thing. Another Volkswagen logo up front. Where it really wins detail wise is when you look at it right here from the top. That looks pretty awesome, how you got kind of like a roll bar sort of frame support system that you can see on the top. Detailed sculpted interior, and then it's got this, like, what do they call that, a sway bar or something? I don't know. I should probably know more about cars when I'm detailing die-cast cars, but I'm more of a nut for the art of the automobile. Very, very cool, though. Really cool little model. Metal flake orange. That one's fantastic. I really like that. Really cool. And it rolls all right. All right, so that's that one. And then next up, we got some classics here. So starting with the classic Volkswagen Beetle. Now, I've always wanted to get the Kyosho tooling of this because I do collect classic Volkswagen Beetles, and pretty sweet. Now I don't have to because this is essentially that. Let's go ahead and take it off the base right away. Very nice little model right off the bat. Very cool. Look at the lens detail up front. You get lens detail in the back. You got some sort of like little hair or something sticking out there. Let's investigate. What is that? Not sure what that is. Some sort of piece of dust. Let's take a look at the base. Plastic base. Riveted together. This one's also a roller. Definitely not all Kyoshos are rollers. But this one is very nicely detailed. The nice window trim, all of that stuff is there. A really nice looking Volkswagen Beetle. Probably the highest detailed 164 Volkswagen Beetle that I have in my collection. I don't know if I got anything that's really close to it. The green light, I guess, would be something pretty close. M2 does a decent job. And then, I don't know. I do have an older Ertl one that's pretty nice. I think, no, Revell, I think that's pretty nice. But nothing as nice as this. That is a very, very good looking car. So if you're an old school Volkswagen Beetle fan, which I dig the old Beetle. All right, there's that slug bug. And then let's move on to the last one, which is a VW van. It's a Volkswagen bus. Which is interesting. It's a Type 2 T1. You know, and I'm not big on the namings of these things, but to me that doesn't make any sense. I thought the T1 means Type 1. Am I wrong on that? Somebody explain that to me. Let's go ahead and unscrew it. So this one looks very close in size to the Greenlight Samba bus, which I always thought was a bit small for 1/64 scale, and it might very well be that this one is smaller than 1/64 scale as well. Take a look at the base. Solido, made in China, Volkswagen Type 2 T1. Interesting. It does look very nice. You got lens detail up front. You got your, the normal details you would see on a VW bus in the front, and then in the back you also have got some lens inserts for the tail lights. It's too bad I don't have a Volkswagen Samba bus from Greenlight available to me right now. They're put away in a jammer, so I can't really show you, but I do have, and if you hang on one quick second, I do have an M2 within eyesight here I can go grab. At least this will be something somewhat close to it. So here it is. This is an M2. It's a 1962. Let's see what it tells you. 1962 VW Microbus Deluxe. Somewhat similar. The Microbus Deluxe is larger. This M2 casting is larger. I don't know. Which one do you guys think is more scale accurate? You can tell which one has got a higher quality. You can look at some of the sloppiness here on this M2, which is not uncommon for M2, especially when you see those tires there. It just doesn't, the fit and finish isn't as good, and of course it's not as expensive as this VW bus was. And this one looks pretty much near perfect. I don't see any flaws in it whatsoever. Maybe just a little tiny paint flub right there. And that looks perfect. Nice little exhaust, little touch down there. Which Kyosho typically doesn't do a lot of detail on the base. Usually you'll only see just the exhaust maybe, if it's going to be visible from the outside or from the top side of the car. So that's going to be it. Those are the 5 castings I wanted to look at. Again, thank you very much, Tor, for hooking me up with these. It was such an awesome gesture, and I absolutely love that I got these, because pretty much all of them, well, definitely the majority of them, were castings I did want to get, especially this Nardo, and these two I did want an example, a Kyosho example of those, so that is absolutely fantastic. Obviously I wanted this one, because when you had given me that one, I had this one already on the way. But very, very cool. And then this probably would have been the only one I wouldn't have just went out and bought on my own, but it's really cool to have it because it's the basically a newer version of this. So really awesome. I do like them. All right, so Solido Diecast, go ahead and check them out. Or if you want these models, and I think the Solido on eBay, they're selling for like $20 to $25 a piece. For what I checked out, it could be totally different today when you're watching this video. But if you look up the Kyosho Volkswagen series, and I think all these are available in the same colors. In particular, this Volkswagen Golf is available cheap because I think they actually reissued it. I'm not sure what's going on with Kyosho, but they did reissue this one, I'm pretty sure, and you can almost find it at some U.S. sellers. I think this actually came from someone in the U.S., brand new. I don't know. I'll have to look into that more, but they're a little bit less expensive if you look for the Kyosho versions of these from what I saw when I looked. And I didn't really spend a whole lot of time looking, but they're great models. They're solid. They're fantastic. They're fantastically detailed. And if you're a Volkswagen fan, I definitely recommend them. If you're a cool car fan, I definitely recommend them. So anyway, thank you very much, you guys, for watching this video, and enjoy the rest of your day.